To improve accuracy in our data entry, we need to understand the terminology of QuickBooks, and particularly the terminology on the supplier side. So if we go to the plus sign on the left hand side here, we've got all our possible manual transaction types under supplier here. And this is where some confusion can arise. So a bill in QuickBooks, so if you go into a bill screen in QuickBooks, that's a purchase invoice. That is a transaction screen for entering supplier purchase invoices in where we've got a period of credit. We know we're going to pay this at a later date. So there will be an option there to put a date for the bill, which will be on the piece of paper from the supplier, but also a due date for when it's due for payment. The pay bill screen is linked to the bill screen. It will list all the bills outstanding and we can tell it when we pay a bill. Bill, pay bill, as opposed to expense and check. An expense and check is a different kind of transaction altogether. An expense and a check both do the same thing in QuickBooks. They both put an immediate payment out of the bank or out of cash, whatever account you're picking. It goes straight out of that account as a bank or credit card account, and it goes immediately against a cost line. So it's an immediate payment. There's no period of credit. It's a payment being made immediately. A lot of debit card transactions would be immediate payments. The only difference between the expense and check screen is expense as a reference number and the check as a check number. But apart from that, they're doing the same postings within QuickBooks. So a lot of people now are using expense as a terminology because we don't issue many checks these days. So expense is certainly now becoming more popular than the check screen in QuickBooks. So that's an understanding really in terms of terminology of when you might consider using a bill and when it's an immediate payment, an expense or a check that you'll be processing. If we understand this terminology, we're less likely to duplicate, because what we want to try and avoid is entering a bill and instead of paying the bill off when the amount comes out of the bank, we put an expense in. That's going to duplicate the transaction, duplicate the cost going in, potentially duplicate the VAT. So it's important that we understand this terminology and we understand these transaction screens in QuickBooks.